Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Dr. John Belkowitz. I'm the Director of Research and Development at Intelligent Concrete.
I'm Dr. David Harris. I'm the Principal Engineer at Intelligent Concrete.
And we're here to talk to you today about the handheld penetrometer. That's not true.
That's not true.
That's not true at all. No, we're here to talk to you today about something much more fun. Damn concrete. So, David, would you mind giving us a short intro on how you know so much about dam concrete?
Yeah, I worked for the U.S. Bureau of Reclamation for almost 40 years. The Bureau owns and operates about 400 dams in the western United States. More than 100 of them are concrete dams. And most people have heard about Hoover. Right. The Bureau owns and operates Hoover. So, you know, that's kind of my experience.
So, David, you are a dam engineer.
That's true.
That is true. And the Hoover Dam is one of the reasons why I got into concrete. I read a lot of books on Hoover. I mean, it is one of those 8 megastructures of the world.
That's right. It has been said to be one of the 8 modern wonders of the world.
And it really is. When you go look at it, you run your hand across it, it's the history, the sheer size of it, and the planning that had to go into making that dam blows your mind.
Yeah, it's fun to be down in the valley and look up at the crest, 770 feet above you.
That is wild. That is absolutely wild. And what we wanted to do in this short video today is talk about the differences between, let's say, residential concrete or pavement concrete and dam concrete.
Yeah, you know, back in the last century when we referred to mass concrete, we really were talking about massive concrete. You know, thousands of yards, you know, of concrete.
Right.
And nowadays we talk about mass concrete as being heat-producing concrete. But that's still an issue in dams, for sure, is
right.
taking care of the heat. So dams, we're talking about humongous volumes, tremendous production, daily production, and we're talking about how to get the strength and the long-term durability and how to account for the heat in the construction.
And when looking at mega structures like the Hoover Dam, I mean, especially if you go back to some of the old videos, some of the old pictures, you see that they did construction totally different from pavements. When we do pavements, we're normally doing a straight shot. Curb and gutters, sidewalks, residential driveways. It's a straight shot. We're pouring all the concrete down, and we're done.
Right.
With a dam, we're normally doing it, especially with the Hoover, we did a checkerboard fashion.
Right.
We used, at the time, humongous.
Yeah, even bigger than that. That's just
so awesome.
That's a handy visual. What's even bigger than that?
And we also used copper tubing to run water through to cool the concrete because, as I remember from Joseph E. Stevens' book, because that concrete, or because the dam was so big, if we poured it all in one shot, which I think would be impossible, but let's say we could get thermal cracking from the heat generated, and then it would take hundreds of years to get that heat of hydration down to the ambient temperatures.
That's right. So, you know, we've got the heat, we've got probably the large maximum size aggregate, right. So we need to make sure we get the bonding and get the interface, the cement paste aggregate bonding. That's a little different than 3/4 inch maximum.
Totally.
So we need to make sure we get all, all those.
So yeah, a lot of differences when making concrete for a dam or constructing a dam and then doing something like residential or pavement.
Yeah.
And then of course with that we see a whole slew of other problems which we're going to get into in our next video.
We'll do that. And one final point on the dam itself. I mean, there is the dam, the massive dam. It has to be watertight, can't crack, all those good things. But there's other components to dams. It's not just the dam itself. There's spillways.
Right.
They have to resist abrasion things, which we're going to talk about later. There's outlet works, which are big tunnels that usually are concrete lined. There's pipe works, there's hydraulic works, could be a power plant that has special needs for the strength and mounting of all those. So there's a lot of very unique components in a dam that have to be accounted for.
It really is. When you look at the whole construction of a dam, I mean, most people just see the dam and they think that's it. But there's so much infrastructure that goes into it. And if you have the chance, you got to check out those Hoover Dam videos or read some of the books. I mean, there's just a lot of great information, not only on the Hoover, but also like the Shasta and I think Grand Coulee and so on and so forth. But we're going to get into that in our next set of videos.
Yep.
Thanks for your time.
Stay tuned.
Right, I'm John.
I'm David.
Go Concrete!
Beat asphalt.